know I have like two more. I'm at 16 minutes. One thing, like we said, we always recommend drinks. And as you get a little bit older, you're going to run into, when you're over 40 and you hear, I don't drink, 99% of the time they're a recovering alcoholic. That means they've got lots of damage. Guys will stop drinking in their 50s or 60s, usually when they're on their like 5th or 10th DUI, and they're already in their 3rd divorce. None of their kids talk to them. And then they'll decide, when they're like 64, 65, and they're having liver problems, I probably should go to Alcoholics Anonymous. Well, girls aren't like that. They'll quit for 2 reasons. The number one reason is, if they catch themselves driving drunk with their kids, not just driving drunk, they'll do that. But if they catch themselves, or a friend catches them driving impaired with their children, they'll stop and intervene. They'll tend to stop. The other one is where they keep waking up. And this is the second reason, and the more common. They keep waking up not knowing where they're at, naked with a strange man or men, and they're literally doing this every weekend or every 3 or 4 days, and it's somebody they've never met before, and they don't know what's going on. They're just having lots of random sex for years, and then they decide one day, or they end up pregnant, and they're like, okay, I've got to stop drinking. So those are the 2 things. But the point is that if they stop drinking, the damage has already been done. And almost like Sam says, I'm close to 40 now, but in my late 20s, I knew a lot of female friends who stopped drinking all of a sudden, and something about it just didn't feel right. You kind of knew something was up. You weren't sure what. You didn't have enough years under your belt, but I couldn't articulate it. When I saw your post about the topic, a light bulb immediately went off in my head. Absolutely. They had woke up, what did I say, accurate, the 5th or 50th time she wakes up naked with a man or men she doesn't know in a hotel room, she stops drinking, at least for a little while. But usually it's when they'll take a good heart, like Sam says, they just go, I'm not drinking anymore. And it might last a year or 2. And like Sonny says, under 30, late 20s. And I've heard that a bit lately. Again, if you're out and about, you'll start hearing it. And the more girls you run into, the more often you'll hear it. So just know, you're not here to rescue anybody. You're not going to fix anybody. Let her be someone else's problem. You have better things to do. Pass on it. I don't care how sexy and fucked up she is, because we always talk about like the problematic 8s. And there'll be about 38. They're an 8. They're the best looking girl that you fucked, and she's an alcoholic. And now you got a problem on your hands. So be careful out there. When you're over 40 and you hear, I don't drink, 99% of the time they're a recovering alcoholic, which means there is a lot of damage.